What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of 52 Books. We on the second week on our second book, and it's going good. It's been a very interesting read. If you didn't watch the first video, go do that and then come back. You feel me? I'm going to give you a second. Okay, you should be back by now. So, we left off, first episode, we're talking about Barbara Brown Taylor, the author of The Preaching Life. And y'all already seen the first video, so I need not go into that. We're going to finish up the book today to see what's good, to see what's good. I don't want to hold you for too long. Let's get to it. So, alright, so this book was cool. It was cool. So halfway through the book, it goes from talking about the preaching life and what that is, and the second half transitions into a series of sermons. And so, it was cool. But what I want to talk to you all about is some points that she made regarding the church, worship, and the Bible, and how she ties it in to how the person is called to live. And so regarding the church, she says the church's task is an imaginative one, not meaning one of thinking of fairy tales, dungeons, dragons, and all of that, but more so how when a person goes to church, they are called to live in a certain way. And from that, they can imagine it or think on, how can I do this better? How can I live out my life better? And so when we think in such ways, we are doing no more than imagining what we would like to be. And so, for example, if I am reading through the book of Psalms and a text pops out to me, I would then think on, how can I put this into my life? How can I act up upon this text? And I am doing nothing short of imagining it. The only difference is between the imagination that she is talking about in the text and imagination between fairy tales and all of that. This imaginative way of thinking, we can live that out. We can actually live that out. And I think that was amazing that she pointed out. And regarding the Bible, she talks about how the Bible calls us and tells us stories that we want to hear, that we want to lead us, that we want to guide us, that we want to ease us into death, because there are certain passages in scriptures that eases a person to receive death in this life, transitioning to the next life. And I thought that was pretty cool, and I never really looked at it that way. When it came to worship, it was different. She says worship is to draw us closer to God, and that every created thing, its sole purpose is to be a messenger to teach us about who God is and how we are a part of that creation. And in doing so, it draws us closer to God. And again, I thought that was cool. Now, what does this have to do with the preaching life? Because that's what the book is called. I think it was better summarized in the middle of the book, not the middle where it starts with the sermons, but more so in the middle of when she is describing the preaching life. And she said it like this: there's a difference between her office and her vocation. So her office is what she does, how she does it. Regarding her work as a minister, that is her office, and how she helps lead people in living a life that is glorifying to God. Her vocation is her call as a Christian and how she should live as a Christian, which puts her on the same level of those that she is serving. So her office has her up here, but her vocation puts her on the same level as everyone else. And I think that summarized it so beautifully, because when people think of pastors, preachers, priests, fathers, all of those spiritual leaders, they think of them as higher and above. And according to their office, they kind of are. However, their vocation puts them on the same level, same playing field as everybody else. And that is to be called to be greater, to be faithful, to live a life of devotion to God. So the preaching life, it was cool. That's it. So thank you all for tuning in to another video of 52 books. I'm telling you, we are grinding, we are getting it. Please be sure to like and subscribe, because if you don't like, YouTube won't know that you like the video. And if you're going to leave a dislike, you real messed up for that. But subscribe, comment, let YouTube know you are here and you like this channel so that my views can go up. Peace.